So we are now going to start with the frog beta. To see the frog, if you see, they belong to the class amphibians, phylum chordata. And common species which is found in India is Rana tigrina. They are poikilothermous or cold-blooded, means they change their body temperature with the surrounding. Who is not changing? That is known as warm-blooded or homeothermous. Now they can change the color to hide them from enemies. We say they are able to show the camouflage. And this protective coloration, they are changing the color to protect themselves, then it is known as mimicry. Changing the color is known as camouflage, and this changing in color is to protect themselves from the enemies, that is known as mimicry. They are going for to sleep because they can't tolerate extreme conditions, extreme temperatures. So they go for summer sleep known as estivation, winter sleep known as hibernation. Learning tip is this way. If you remember SA node in the heart, summer sleep, estivation. One you learn, second you can make it. Winter sleep is known as hibernation. Now, if you see the skin of the frog is smooth and slippery. And why it is slippery? Because of mucus. It is maintained moist condition. Skin is moist. Dorsal side is olive green with dark irregular spot, and the ventral side is uniformly pale yellow. To do one thing, make this highlight. Dorsal side color is olive green, but ventral side color is pale yellow. Frog never drink water because it will absorb the moisture from the skin. Again, this can be framed as a statement question. Now it is body is divided into two, head and trunk. We will not say neck. Is it clear? We will not say neck. It is head and trunk only. Neck and tail are absent. Now, mouth is having a pair of, above the mouth is present pair of nostril. Eyes are bulged out. They are bulged out, please focus. And they are covered by third eyelid known as nictitating membrane, which protect them from while they are in water. For us, nictitating membrane work as a vestigial organ. It is actually a third eyelid which helps them to see underwater. Is it clear? On the either side, you are having the tympanum, which represents the ear. The tympanum represents ear. Forelimb and hind limb both are helping in swimming, walking, leaping, and burrowing. Hind limb ends in 5 digits, and they are larger and muscular than forelimb, which end in 4 digits. So you do one thing right here, hind limb 5 digits and forelimb 4 digits. Diagram is telling you this is bigger and muscular. Feet have webbed digits which help in swimming. So you can make it here this way and you can write it, it's a webbed condition. And webbed condition is necessary for swimming. It is showing sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism means morphologically you can find male and female different. How you can distinguish male frog? Male frog is having the vocal sac. So male frog is having the presence of the vocal sac by which they produce sound, and they are having copulatory pad on the first digit of the forelimb. So please remember, you can make it here. The male is having two things. Male has vocal sac and it is having copulatory pad. And copulatory pad is present on which digit? Please learn it. It's on the first digit of the forelimb. So this is the way how you can distinguish it is a male or female. Now see the anatomy. First let us focus on the digestive system. It is just resembling with the human. It is starting with the, if you see alimentary canal and digestive gland. Alimentary canal is short because it is carnivore. The question can be asked, alimentary canal is long in the herbivore. Is this statement right or wrong? Yes, this statement is right. Because it is short in carnivore, so it is long in herbivore. Is it clear? So length of intestine is reduced, not stomach. Intestine is only reduced. Mouth, just like us, it opens into buccal cavity. Then buccal cavity will open into the esophagus through pharynx. So third will be pharynx and fourth will be esophagus. And esophagus is a short tube which open into the stomach, which in turn continue in the intestine. Is it clear? And intestine, if If you see in the intestine end is rectum, seventh rectum, which open outside through cloaca. So they are actually, cloaca is there. Now cloaca is a single opening where digestive, your excretory and reproductive, three things opening are there. Digestive, excretory and reproductive. Then it is known as cloaca. So I think so alimentary canal is clear. Now if you see the digestive gland, first liver, it secretes bile which is stored in gallbladder. Just like in human, we have to remember that only. Pancreas, it is a digestive gland which produces pancreatic juice which contain digestive enzymes. You know very well pancreas produces enzymes to digest carbohydrate, lipid, protein, nucleic acid, everything. Tongue is bilobed. Please remember tongue is bilobed. HCl and gastric juice are produced by the stomach. Partially digested food is known as chyme, which is passed from the stomach to the first part of intestine. We also use the same terminology. We say bolus is received by the stomach and chyme is received by the intestine. The same here, they are also using the same terminology. Small intestine, duodenum. So only one part of the small intestine is duodenum here. The duodenum will receive bile from gallbladder and pancreatic juice from pancreas through common bile duct. Bile work is to emulsify fat and pancreas will digest the carbohydrate and protein. Final digestion takes place in intestine. Digested food is absorbed by villi. Villi cell will have the microvilli also, and undigested will pass into the rectum and finally out through cloaca. So I think so digestive system is very easy, similar to us. We have to just remember here, in the small intestine, we have to mention only duodenum. We are not focusing on the jejunum or ileum. And in the large intestine, we see only large intestine, which open through the rectum into the cloaca. There is no cecum, no colon, you have to say. Remaining is same. Now, digestion is over. Now, respiration. The respiration, if you know, in water. If it is in water, skin acts as a respiratory organ, cutaneous respiration. If it is on the land, buccal cavity. So in water, skin acts as a respiratory organ. On land, three things: buccal cavity, skin, and lungs. Please remember here, in water, only skin. On land, three things. Is it clear? And during sleep, it is only again skin. During sleep, again only skin. Whether estivation or hibernation, it is only through skin. So we have to remember, land, it is skin, lungs, and buccal cavity. In water, it is only skin. Even in sleep, whether summer sleep or winter sleep, skin only. Is it clear? Now, if they are using the skin, you say such a respiration as cutaneous respiration. If they use the lungs, you say pulmonary respiration. Is it clear, beta? Yes, ma'am. So this much is clear. Now come to the circulatory system. Circulatory system is closed and well developed. You know it is having heart. How many chambered? 3-chambered heart. Muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body, 3-chambered, 2 atria and 1 ventricle. And heart is covered by a membrane known as pericardium. Now one thing try to learn, it is having 2 additional chambers also. That 2 additional chambers are the sinus venosus. Another is your conus arteriosus. Sinus venosus is the one which is triangular structure which joins the right atria and receive blood from the major vein called vena cava. So do one thing, make this diagram this way. Make it a triangular structure this way. This is vein, okay, vein. Sinus venosus, the vein. So right here, sinus venosus. It is pouring blood into the right atria, this way. It joins the right atria to receive through the major vein. Is it clear? Make this diagram, it will help you to remember it. Now see for next. Now, conus arteriosus, make this diagram this way, cone-like, conus arteriosus, and ventricle is pouring into conus arteriosus, make this way. Ventricle open into conus arteriosus. Now, who is dorsal side, who is ventral side? Conus arteriosus is on ventral side of the heart. And sinus venosus is present on the dorsal side of the heart. This way write it, beta. Dorsal side. So see, once again, now see the line I'll highlight it. A triangular structure called sinus venosus joins the right atria. It receives blood through the major vein called vena cava. Over. This is over. Now ventricle open into sac like conus arteriosus on the ventral side of heart. So it means conus arteriosus is on ventral side. The sinus venosus is on dorsal side. Learn this much. These are the two additional chamber they are having. Remaining is same. If you know the blood which is flowing in the artery, you say arterial system, and blood is flowing in the vein, it is known as venous system. The two systems are there, arterial system, venous system. Arterial system will carry the blood away from the heart, and venous system will bring the blood towards heart. That you know very well. Now, spatial connections are there. Spatial venous connections are there, which is present between the liver and intestine. You say it is hepatic portal system. Between liver and intestine is hepatic portal system, and between kidney and lower part, you say renal portal system. Kidney and lower part, you say renal portal system. So two portal systems are there. If you want, you can make this way. Here it is liver and intestine. Make this connection. You write here hepatic portal vein. It is a vein. And do one thing, write here kidney and lower part. And make this connection, use write renal portal vein. So I think so this much is clear to you. Now what is blood made up of? Just like us human only, blood is also having plasma and cell. Which cell? It is having RBC, known as erythrocyte, WBC, known as leukocyte, and platelets. But here RBC are nucleated. Please remember here RBC are nucleated. Now you know very well, we studied in circulation chapter, what is lymph? Lymph is nothing, blood plasma without protein. Plasma without protein. So lymph is different from the blood. It lacks few protein and RBC. It is actually lack few protein. So it means they can frame the question, smaller protein can be present. Yes, smaller protein can be present, because we are not saying all protein are absent. Big proteins are absent. Small protein can be present in the lymph. Is it clear? So lymph is the one which contain small proteins. It contain WBC, especially which WBC? Lymphocytes, and it is plasma. You know very well, blood carries nutrient, gases, and water to the sites through circulations, and it is achieved by the pumping action of the muscular heart. So I think so this much topic is clear to you. Now see excretion. For excretory system, if you see kidney, from kidney the tube arises, that is, you know very well, it is ureter, then cloaca, and urinary bladder. Kidney is composed of structural and functional unit of kidney known as uriniferous tubule, also known as nephron. So beta, in human also we say nephron, and nephron is also known as uriniferous tubule. And you know, two ureter will come out from the kidney, and ureter act as a urinogenital duct which opens into the cloaca. Is it clear? In male it will be the conditions, but in female, ureter and oviduct open separately in cloaca. Now see the diagram. See here. We call this ureter as urinogenital duct. This is ureter, which is opening into the cloaca. And see, this is urinary bladder present on this side. This is also opening into the cloaca. Clear? Rectum is opening into the cloaca. In case of the female, see carefully. This is your oviduct. Check carefully. Oviduct. Oviduct is opening separately. There is separate opening for oviduct. See here, separate opening. And see, this is ureter. This is also separate opening. So in case of female, ureter is known as ureter only. But in case of the male, we call ureter as urinogenital duct. Why? Because it is carrying the gametes also. Up till here, clear, beta? The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum. Please learn this question. They can frame it ventral, dorsal, lateral. This way they can frame it. Ventral to the rectum, and it also open into the cloaca. And what is the work of the urinary bladder is to store urine only. The frog is excreting urea and thus ureotelic. Excretory waste are carried by the blood into the kidney where it is separated and excreted out. So I think so this much excretion is also clear. Now, if you know nervous system, if you know it is having endocrine gland like pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal gland, pancreas, adrenal gland, gonads. So what we have to remember here, if you see hypothalamus, they have not mentioned. Remember this exception we should remember. Hypothalamus, they have not mentioned. Pituitary they mentioned, thyroid, parathyroid they mentioned. Pineal gland, thymus, all they mentioned, but hypothalamus they have not mentioned. Now nervous system. If you see carefully, beta, nervous system, CNS, including brain and spinal cord, PNS, including cranial and spinal nerve, and ANS, including parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. So sometimes when they ask the question, sympathetic nervous system is a part of CNS, PNS, ANS, so they don't mention it is we are talking for the frog or we are talking for the human. That time this answer will be going correct. It is a part of the ANS. If they mention in human, then we have to think separately. Is it clear? There are 10 pair of cranial nerves, 10 pair of cranial nerves. We are having 12 pairs of cranial nerves. And brain is present in the brain box. Cranium, we are having total 8 cranial bones. It is actually, they are not mentioning the bone. They are just telling it is a brain box, cranium. You know very well, in our, also brain is divided into 3, forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Here also we say brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain, we say forebrain include what? It include olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemisphere, and unpaired diencephalon. What does midbrain include? Midbrain include pair of optic lobes. What does hindbrain includes? Hindbrain includes cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Please focus here, pons is not mentioned. Here pons is not mentioned. Medulla oblongata will come out through the foramen magnum and continues into the spinal cord, and spinal cord is enclosed in a vertebral column. Is it clear? This is only you have to remember. Similar to us, only few things you have to remember. Ki here midbrain they are telling pair of optic lobes. Here they are telling olfactory lobes. Now 1 minute. Now see here in human what they are telling. Cerebrum, thalamus, and hypothalamus. And these are the part of your diencephalon. These are part of diencephalon. And what is midbrain is including here? It is actually consisting of 4 round swelling called known as corpora quadrigemina. And in case of the frog, midbrain is including what? Pair of optic lobes. So we have to remember the questions this way, beta. Understood up till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see the sense organs. Sense organs, for touch, they are having sensory papillae. For taste, they are having taste papillae, taste buds. Smell, nasal epithelium. For vision, they are having eyes. And for hearing, they are having tympanum. Tympanum, which you know very well. Tympanum with internal ears. Eyes and internal ears are only well-organized structure. Remaining are cellular aggregate. Again, question area. Total 5 sense organs are there, in which who are cell aggregate? Your touch, taste, and smell. Please remember, rest are cell aggregation around nerve ending. Please learn it properly. Eyes in the pair in the spherical structure situated in the orbit in the skulls. Simple eye having one unit. In the cockroach we have studied, it is having compound eye. External ear is absent, and only tympanum can be seen externally, which open into the internal ear. You know, internal ear is an organ for hearing as well as for balancing. It is the organ for hearing as well as balancing. Is it clear? Now, male reproductive system, it consists of yellow oval testes. See the diagram? They're telling this only. Again, they can make the color because NCERT has highlighted the color, so we have to focus it also. They can change it to a red color or purple color, they can change it. And on top of it, you can see fat bodies are present. Fat bodies. Is it clear? And from the testes, vasa efferentia is coming out. This is vasa efferentia. This is on top of the kidney, you are finding adrenal gland. And this is your coming out, and this is a bidder canal. This is your bidder canal. Now see the, better see carefully. So testes are pair, yellow oval structure, which are found adhered to upper part of kidney by a double fold of peritoneum called mesorchium. And same terminology we start using for the human also. Okay, testes are attached to the with the help of peritoneum, that is known as mesorchium. We say there also. Vasa efferentia, how many number? 10 to 12. They enter the kidney on their side and open into bidder canal. Please remember, they open into bidder canal. Again, PMT question. Bidder canal is seen in frog. And communicate. Finally, it communicates with the urinogenital duct, which come out of the kidney and opens into the cloaca. Cloaca is a median chamber which is used to pass fecal matter. I told you digestive system, excretory system, and reproductive system. And now come to the female. In case of female, it's a pair of ovaries which are situated near kidney, and there is no functional connection. See, they are independent. This is ovary, but ovary are independent. See this diagram. This is ovary diagram. No connection. No connection, beta. Very important. No connection with the kidney. A pair of oviduct is coming out from the ovaries and open separately into the cloaca. Mature female can produce nearly this many eggs at a time. Fertilization is external and takes place in water. Development, obviously, larval stage tadpole, which will go for metamorphosis to form adult. And frogs are beneficial because they eat insects and protect the crop. They maintain ecological balance because they are important link of the food chain and food web. Very important link they are. So they maintain ecological balance. Now, few countries, they are using the leg of the frog as a source for the food. So I think so this much topic is clear to you.